Also, dog cam is now available. Dogs have taken position. Just didn't realize they were there. So, if you know who the dogs are, Mickey is the brown and white one right there in the center, and Rocket is the black and white one. You can see the top of his head there, sort of, kind of, the ears moving around. That's Rocket. So, anyway, got any questions about the dogs? Ask away. In the meantime, choose your own adventure. 611 days after the feast of the passing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. And welcome back, Ring. Where's the cat? Your cat can't be. We have no cat. Never have. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Foulstone in a star bark. A great apostasy has befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, a forsaken people came to the monastery of St. Cognatius. And there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate, and implored and wailed, "Take us in, protect us," and what was once a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife. After a prayer, the prelate, whoever, turned his eye to the past in search of instruction. The prelate recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Cognatius, and those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keefe, the champion of faith, who had traveled with them in their star bark, to found in this place a humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. And St. Cognatius, a man of great endeavors, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. And not only Foulstone, but many other worlds of the Coronus expanse bear its imprint. And the prelate did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. Reading. The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals, food, and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. But the crowd came to blows over viands, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flat cowls and scribed words of praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth, ready to render service in battle. With lasguns and bolters, they pierced the interlopers with their chain swords and power flails they struck them, and a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too, scant though their armament was, and scanter their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were their numbers and greater their desperation. So much reading. The monks fled beyond their walls and rang the Vox alarm, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over that gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generator. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. And a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed house of Envie. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue trader killed them all. Some of the prelate and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each to account of their deeds. Dogmatic. commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and lay as many as could be slain. Wow, that doesn't seem very dogmatic to me, but okay. Or maybe it is. Iconoclast. Extend a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care and thereby of all Fallstone with them. Maybe that. Cast a contemptuous eye over the aftermath of the bloodshed and departed with words of abuse and reproach. Let's go Iconoclast. We're mostly dogmatic, but we can go Iconoclast here and there. Just because of all that reading, I feel that you should slaughter them like cattle. I know, me too. But we'll go Iconoclast. A new ruler. Establish a new colony. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidant and unsealed the airlocks and opened the gate of its abode and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work in accordance with the saint's teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct. They erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud censorum within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Fallstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. So, I just formed a colony. Only certain worlds, usually the most habitable, are suitable for establishing thriving colonies ripe for development. Completing projects and colony events can earn the rogue trader unique rewards that cannot be obtained through any other means. Projects are the backbone of colony development. Completing them requires resources that can be obtained by exploring planets and cosmic anomalies. Completing a project takes time. While you continue your travels throughout the Coronis expanse, you will receive a notification on the screen when a project is finished, informing you that the reward can now be claimed. Looks that picture look like mutants, just saying. Shh, we're not living here. We don't live here. Projects. For St. Drusus. Blanc Project, the High Throne. Oh, so you can't do those projects. So the powerful, influential cult of St. Drusus is willing to take the young abode of faith under its wing. However, the Order of the Hammer accepts these gifts with caution, wary of the figure of Drusus eclipsing their own patron saint, Cognatius, in the hearts of their flock. Infernical, two-handed range weapon. It's a flamer. Get holy gifts. Profit factor goes up by 2. Drusians. Reputation points with them. Efficiency +1. The High Throne. The Klestiarchy lacks a capital in the Coronis expanse from which to guide the faithful. If Fallstone ascends to the status of a cardinal world, the Adeptus Ministorum will ensure the prosperity of their new planetary stronghold. Heretics will tremble when they hear of the alliance between House Von V and the Klestiarchy. Voidship gains the Emperor's Retribution feature. +5% to critical hit chance against chaos enemies. The gifts, profit factor, and security. Cope with negative events on its own. Celestial Protector. No one in the entire Coronis expanse will make a worthier guardian of a sanctuary of faith than the head of House Von V. A marvelous basilica will be erected in his honor in the world's capital city. It will be decorated with a grand twin statue of the Emperor and the Rogue Trader. Thousands of parishioners and priests will say his name in their daily prayers and bring him reverent gifts. If you make a Chaos Dog go woof, use a flamethrower. Oh, Skybird. Captain's Voidship gains the Shield of Faith feature. +30% to Prow Shield Sector. Old gifts, profit factor, and complacency. Affects the amount of profit factor produced by the colony and the speed of projects of the colony, increasing and decreasing them by 10% for each point of complacency, respectively. That's not good. throne. Security is good, I would think. St. Drusus. Efficiency. Amount of resources produced by the colony increases it by 10% for each point of efficiency. This place isn't producing anything, though, I don't think. All standards, most of all, they value sacred relics and artifacts or representative what can be found in the atrium of Footfall. Kind of want a flamer. I don't know if we get this right away. I think we have to complete the project, but yeah, I would do for St. Drusus. So that's rank 1. Rank 2. Apparently can't do that until stuff. Some more stuff to build here. Or is it built? It can't be built already. Show finished projects. Show available projects. So I guess we just have to wait. Yeah, it's got to be finished first before we can progress. Okay, that's fine. So nothing actually on this planet as far as resources go. What are you gonna do? So, first colony has been built. Or stuff. You can manage your colonies remotely from the colony management screen. Why? Got it. This is our only colony currently. So, oh look, we got people. And we have provisions. Managed to provide colonists with sustenance needed to work for the good of the Imperium. So, I'm not sure how that works exactly, I guess. Guess we'll find out. Yeah. So that. Next system. Hot dogs? Where? Browns. So, Omicron, system, whatever. This is where we came from. For Abundus, that's where we came from. Into those systems. Omicron, you're close. It's safe. No, Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate, and it concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. As an honored guest on my void ship, and the voidsman must come to terms with all her oddities and caprices, and for those who cannot, lashes for every one of them. I'm not interested in the problems of the Lake Navigator. If that's all, we are done here. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Iraq 5. The Lake Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, and the void ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes. But this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits, enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. Well, she's not so much a nut job as it's her psychic powers and stuff, or that screw with people. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was reported on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. They were eaten, of course. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Wersarian directly. If I may, Lord Captain, Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. 88 Navigator is at odds with the crew, which is causing problems.
Come on, you pansy. Get back in there and fight.
We gotta talk, or see what's going on here first. We got planets to visit. Look, space dust. Not drugs at all. Trophies. Trophies. Voice not working today, which is bad. Come on, give me something good. The magnetic storm raging above the planet blurs the gaze of auger arrays. Only truly powerful diviner machines may see through the currents of magnetic fluctuations in their blessed vigil and discover the mysteries of this emperor-forsaken planet. The rogue trader has decided to leave this unwelcoming world, and maybe he will return here one day. Is that a hint? I don't think there's going to be anything on this little fireball. End all of your crew on a blink of an eye, of a third eye. Yes, not at all. Should be fine. The ruins of an ancient imperial city were discovered on a dead world, completely deprived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement is contained in a titanic glass dome, which once held an artificial atmosphere. Your augurs detected the framework of 3 other similar structures that were never completed. For whatever reason, the dome system failed, and left behind is this city, a ghost that never managed to become a proper colony of the Imperium. Exploit a temple district. Look, trophies. Order the scouts to gather as many supplies as possible. There we go. Drain the remaining fuel from the generator station. The city won't need them anymore. Explore the Palace. I guess I should be reading this stuff up. A lavishly decorated estate of the local rulers, towers over the rows of feet, blah, 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 stuff, delivered to the rogue traders, whatever. Ooh, look, a ghost sword. Whatever that's supposed to be. Hey, Hobo, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Hotel internet already? Drain the remaining fuel from the generator station. The city won't need them anymore. Need more stuff. Take several trips to deliver the massive Promethium storage tanks to your vessel. The crew grimly points out the colony was running out of fuel. Had the life support systems not failed prematurely, the locals still would have perished due to lack of energy. Fuel. So much for that city, huh? This is a fan of words. So, blessed bolter casing. Single attacks with bolter weapons automatically hit the target. Successfully hits with a single shot attack. The target suffers slow. Oh, this is definitely better. Ghost sword. Oh, it's an Aldari weapon. Most warriors prefer swords that were Swords for they were provided by God. Plus 10% to parry, minus 10 to enemy weapon skill when hit. But you don't have proficiency there, right? It's proficiency. Frag grenade. You can throw grenades. We'll talk to What's-Her-Face after we explode this planet. Last Steel 2, so that's not worth it. The worlds. So where did we see that? Inventory, character, journal. Chronicles. Worlds of the Expanse. So these are all the worlds we found. So far. Okay. So, we need to talk to What's-Her-Face. Remember that city from MechWarrior 2, the fight in Kellhound Battlemaster. Well, had to fight a Kellhound Battlemaster as the wolves ran away. As all good clans do. They just run, 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 because they're so brave. Which received confirmed that barricade. No, that's not looking for him. Where's Cassius? Cassia. There she is. Play that 1996. You don't see the problem.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
I've heard rumors that you are not getting along with the crew. Panic flashes in her ruby eyes, and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold. This is going to go well.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Let's go to my study. No one will disturb us there.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
You were still young and mostly good looking and still had all your hair. Technically, I was still young. I was only what? Well, in 96, I would have been 26 eventually. It's also the same year I met Mrs. Gimpy, actually. So, something must have been going in my favor. Can't say I had all my hair, though. Okay, what is it you wanted to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to you. Say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. I cannot recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my time aboard. She part fish or something? She is a navigator. She's a mutant. Messenger, you rebuked, butchered his own family, then killed himself. I haven't rebuked a single errand board on this ship. She ponders this for a moment. I think I remember. A kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. I grew tired of the disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next day, or ever again, because she killed him, sorta, kinda. During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, which led to the vessel shifting off course and the service bay being destroyed. I saw something in the warp, something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes right out there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monster's gaping maw? Sure. Officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it causes them. Some even maim themselves and others. I already told you I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned to a pariah? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone, or will you put me in the suppressing shackles? Would you mind telling me why you needed 100 species of bird and what you used them for? Admittedly, I am at a loss myself. The day we arrived at Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird, but he never asked for clarification. And shortly before we left, I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic and flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited, I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking so piteously I let the poor things out. I even fed them my breakfast and dinner, but the stupid birds would not stop chattering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings and defecating. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid, and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore. I think I've heard enough. Will you share your thoughts with me? My crew has good reasons to fear you. You are truly a monster. You have a kind soul, but have difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you like. You have done terrible things, but I would not presume to lecture a person of noble blood. Woe dogs your steps, but we will find a way to defeat them, I promise. Everyone who has dared to slander you will be punished. She must have been petulant. Yes, petulant. You have a kind soul, but have difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you like. That would be wonderful. My education on Uruk 5 was cut short, but I had realized that by then that the wisdom of books is a poor substitute for the wisdom of experience. Very well. Since we are done with this misunderstanding, I would like to change the subject. It would be only fair for me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? She hesitates and continues in a less confident tone. Do not mistake me. I am not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you are the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you are always so busy. What would you like to ask? I read a treatise of Pacius de Mobius very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rabble become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? God. Do not speak of the 30 people that murdered each other. Yes. Commerce, lore, persuasion. As had always been my opinion that subjects expect two things from their sovereign: to abuse power and to bless their babies. Succeed at both, and boring essays become unnecessary. Interpretation of this classical text is not entirely correct. If the subjects have grown accustomed to the ruling house, all they as sovereign must do is refrain from breaching out long-standing traditions. Adjust unwanted laws as gradually as you would shift the bed of a flooded river, and no one will ever take your power from you. On the contrary, the loyalty of subjects can be bought at a pittance. Lower a tax, throw them a festival, or feed the needy. A gracious gesture once every cycle will exalt you in the eyes of the rabble as if it were his own blessing. This one. She thinks for a moment and then smiles. Indeed, I was not wrong about your merits or your ability to hold a conversation. I hope my second question does not confound you either. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher, whoever, the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flocked only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers or be magnanimous and choose awe? How they ever question. Is it better to be feared or loved? Not afraid of acquiring a reputation for ruthlessness, I would rather crush a rebellion than condone one. Is that not the greater mercy in the end? Persuasion. I will exercise restraint and lenience in my actions. Fellowship. One must be a tyrant, a friend, and a jester to one's subjects. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at a given moment. There's so much power in your words, power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. I admit I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize that I can be candid with you. Please do continue. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden the house has placed upon me. I feel I am not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to a protectorate, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all that weight. It's not always easy, but I try to lead the dynasty toward prosperity by worthy merits. It is my duty whether I like it or not. The inner turmoil is clouding my mind. My protectorate, my subjects, my title are mere resources that I'm using solely for my own ends. It's not always easy, but I try to lead the dynasty toward prosperity by worthy means. Thank you for your patience, Gimpy. You are helping me to see the world in different colors, a novel experience for me. Our conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I am heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation. Save. Okay. You set? Can we go back to roaming around the galaxy? Ship management. Get there, right? Yeah. This sculpture made from a strange metal seems to absorb any rays of light that fall upon it. Display weapons, mesmerizing. You have never seen many of these stuff. It's a board game that was interrupted. Okay. Next. So Omicron. New routes. System Speculo. Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans and that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the departments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. What's this story about Lady Theodora? Rumors related to the presence of the Void Ship have been clattering for a long time now. They're basically just cycle people. Exterminatus on the whole crew, yes. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want any unnecessary deaths. Destroy the rebellious clan. Pacify the entire Void Ship. I have no desire to meddle in the affairs of the ancient Void Ship clans. Find the source of the rumors. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Versarian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire Void Ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped, and the people return to their direct duties or replaced. My wishes, Voxmaster, are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale, investigate the rumors, and find the real culprits, and no violence. Destroy the rebellious clan and find a replacement among the neighboring crews. Destroy the rebellious clan. I will see to it, Lord Captain. I'm so evil. That's kind of evil, right? I'm sure we made some friends. Oh, look. More unknown ships. Let's check out the planets first. Ooh, this looks like a very habitable planet with all the blue. Hunger's anomaly. Xenotech, of course. Oh. Let's go. Lots of fire is a good source. Or sorry, good problem solver. Wasn't until Corn got stuck in there. You don't know he's there. I'd love to serve your lordship. Well, who are you?
The fall of Reichard Minoris is a blow to all of the Expanse. I imagine Winterscale will be enraged when he finds out.
I nurtured a spark of hope that Urak 5 could still be saved. But now my home is lost. Forever.
See that Rocket is under my desk? Rocket is not in here with me. He's probably up. He's probably staring at Mickey. So it's just off camera. Inside the containers are the remnants of stones and frescoes depicting a black spot surrounded by structures of some sort.
The world will bow.
I've read about this.
Barely knows what words in the shaky handwriting read. Touch the darkness, and the darkness will accept you. Darkness swirls beneath your feet, a void of impenetrable gloom. You do not hear a single sound from the depths of the pit. No wailing wind, no rustle of dust. No wailing wind, sorry. Examine the pit. Bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depths, the stronger the feeling grows that this darkness isn't just an absence of light. It is something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the farthest stars or swallowing a galaxy. Through sheer force of will, you avert your gaze. Heinrichs peers into the darkness in the depths of the pit. You feel the touch of an unworldly chill. The interrogator arches an eyebrow. Whatever this phenomenon may be, there is no warp sorcery within it, so it's not chaos. Lean over and stretch your hand into the darkness. At the edge of your consciousness, you sense something slimy and intangible answering your invitation for contact. It seeps into your thoughts, testing your emotions. Surprise and curiosity envelop you, but these feelings are not your own. 80%. Try to dominate the entity. Quickly step away. Try to dominate. Succeeded. You feel your way to the barely tangible edges of the entity's consciousness, separate it from yourself and squeeze it until it is reduced to the size of a bead. The entity trembles, trying to break free of your mental grasp. Surprise, rage, elation, and fear replace one another. After a while, the entity stabilizes, but the moment you loosen your grip, it escapes, leaving behind a piece of itself inside your mind. Experience? So did we win the fight? I think we won the fight.
Embrace true power. Empyrean guides my gaze.
Ooh, a staff. Staff of Mind Sight. Visions of death. Vision of death. Have to be telepathy. We don't have anybody doing telepathy, do we? Not in the group, at least. Nope. You can't spell?
Let's seize the opportunity.
Uh-oh. We will roll them rockets. Thank you, Meerkat, for the tier 1 sub for 66 months. Much appreciated, as always. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Good enough. Was it 66? 66 months of Meerkat. Oof. Okay. Rockets of Recognition. If you can read minds, but you don't care, is it teleapathy? Yes. Because they really just don't care. Except for, there you go, Meerkat, there's your Rockets of Recognition. Keep in mind that each rolling rocket of recognition represents 10 regular rockets of recognition. Why? Because there's a character limitation in chat for each message you do. And each one of those emotes eats up so many characters, so we have to do something different, and that's what we do. So, 66 months of living in the future. Yes, tell us what it's like for the 67th month. What that's going to be like, Meerkat. You should know by now. Anyway, happy Wednesday, everybody.
Intriguing.
Stuff. Numerous ropes and cables end abruptly at the very edge of the pit, vanishing into the gathering... gathering darkness.
I tread a path unexplored.
Astounding. Time is fleeting, madness takes its hold. Yep.
Over there.
Dark slate. So there's something here, but there's nothing to click on. Forces chaos are gathering. No, they just want you to think they are. Leo Hammerfield's field diary. More reading? So it's been several months since we arrived here, and yet we are no closer to understanding the local phenomenon. Now that we were able to learn quite literally the lines on the surface, the object does not reflect sound or light, or on the contrary, it very much absorbs them. Stuff. Attempts to measure it results in loss of machinery or staff. Archaeological studies have turned out to be more productive findings. Revealed inclination. Seems origin according to the boldest theories. The earliest of these structures date from the beginning of the 30th millennium, and all of them are without a doubt of a religious nature. Analysis of bas reliefs and remaining epigraphic texts shows that a cult was formed around the object for many centuries. Xenos and subsequently humans worshipped the object in exchange for certain boons, undoubtedly imagined by primitive or corrupted minds. The Meerkat is just subject to forces of Oz. What? Oh. Why are we picking on Meerkat?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
More goods going into storage.
The machine god grants me insight.
These ancient cogitators are long dead. Despite this, the covers of the machines are still intact. It seems unlikely that the inner parts were ruined by the elements, so they could still prove useful. And that's what we just yanked out of there. Oh look, rockets in front of the camera. Talk about chaos.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
As it should be.
Surface is covered in countless scratches, and you can discern some logic in them. Someone began by scratching strange symbols, but then defaced them, adding extra marks and lines. Rudimentary tools and devices are now covered in a layer of dirt and local flora.
Embrace true power.
So what's the point of this place? We picked up some stuff. See anything here. There's nobody to talk to tell us what's going on, at least drop us a hint other than reading all the stuff and looking into the darkness, which didn't really get us anything because, you know, reasons. Conviction of faith. So this is permanent. Grants plus 100% critical hit chance with the next critical hit until the next critical hit is stored. So it's a thing that Gimpy can do, I guess. So he looked and he fought with whatever it was in the darkness, and nothing important came out of there, I don't think. Oh, Champion of the Abyss, maybe. Maybe? Is that what he got? No, that's from his origin stuff. In the first round of combat, all critical hits scored by the rogue traders starts the fire. So I think we're done. Not much here, but
Let's seize the opportunity.
my jungle world. Xenotech. Oh, sorry, we can set up. So, Xenotech 3. So we want that. Creations of the ungodly Xenos, forbidden yet tempting treasures. The twisted minds of non-humans can create wonders that are fascinating in their mysteriousness and effectiveness. Hey, Mickey, why aren't you guys in front of the camera, traders? Mickey just walked in here. I'll turn the camera off for now. Oh, never mind. Rocket's back. See, he knew Rocket was waiting there. Oh, we didn't. That's where we just were. Xenotech. Sure. Next planet. Advent time 2. We already have one of those. They're on a break? You'd think so. They're always on a break. Their life is a break. Waterworld? Kevin Costner? Xeno Ruins. Not really ruins. Okay, nothing there. Oh, sorry, it was on Ocean World. Okay, let's go see what these unknown ships are. Report shows up on your personal cogitator screen. Unknown ships are towing the Interstellar Sextant, a cargo ship belonging to one of Footfall's wealthiest traders. It looks like the pirates have bitten off more than they can chew, and have now been forced to drag the ship to a more secluded place where they can plunder it undisturbed. Attack the pirates. As soon as they see you, the escort ships charge in the battle at once, while the captive Sextant powers up its warp drives. Unless you interrupt the preparation for the jump, the cargo ship will forever vanish beyond the veil of the Immaterium, along with all the riches it is carrying. Send all available forces to intercept the interstellar Sextant. Don't let it get away.
Ah, finally! Some real action!
Now there's our
Hello,
target.
Gimpy. It is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs.
Not yet.
Your next break is in 1 hour.
There. Look, you can shoot him with that.
Macro cannons, annihilate them.
Slow you down.
Send them into the cold void.
I don't know if that's stopping them or not, but... Warp way. This is to make you turn randomly, right? Aw, 1 friggin' point. Did I go too far? I went too far. Damn it. Let's strengthen our front shields and ram. Oh, we can't ram anymore. Oops. Screwed up.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Oh, they're all
Let the
quite there
Imperium
yet.
guide us.
I don't think he's gonna play.
Let destruction pour forth.
Miss? What's this miss stuff?
Eviscerate them.
That wasn't a miss. So, target must be at least 2 cells away and can only be used during the acceleration phase. Okay, so we're not doing it at the right time.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Chart a course. Unleash the storm of microcannons.
Tell them to stop moving. He's running away. Leave me alone. I think those shields are being hit on the wrong side. Oh, look, torpedoes.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Macrocannons, annihilate them.
Wow, he did not appreciate that. Turn the torpedoes or turn... Let's turn the torpedoes. Now they won't be able to hit us so easily. Okay, speaking of... so we're just not in a position to ram. Right? Let's be 2 away. At least 2 cells away. So... not facing the right direction here.
Send them into the cold void. Let destruction pour forth. Unleash the storm of macrocannons.
I'm guessing he's on our team now. Of course, now we have to come back around.
Emblazon our path.
Port shields reinforced. That'll hit. That'll hit. Just come around and just go face to face and have fun.
Steer us to our target. Lest the incandescent beam scorch our enemies. Macrocannons, annihilate them. Unleash the storm of macrocannons.
Wow, he's tougher than he looks, isn't he? We can make him turn randomly. That's damage to him, so he's screwed up. Okay, so he's going to go that way, so reinforce our port shields already did that, so we'll go forward. Hit him with those, can't move anymore. I don't think those torpedoes are going to make it. There's a little bugger.
Outmaneuver House or Celio.
Meso cannon, meso macro cannon, short range total dorsal and macro cannons, which fire 2 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. Is that what we currently have? Oh. 32 to 40 damage. That's pretty hefty. Good stuff. Okay, let's save that. I'll repair this. Okay, so this thing goes there. So this is short range, 2 shots, 14 damage per shot. So max of 28. This fires 32 to 40 damage, so it's better. Medium range, so. Little turret on top now, or a little whatever it is. No upgrades, go down, level up. Right, barely in. So we're what, 680 points shorter level 3. For some reason, Gimpy's picture doesn't show up during combat. Don't know why. The ability is there, we just don't see the picture. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, that's going to have to be it for today for Rogue Trader, because it's break time and it's time to switch over to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous with the Treasure of the Midnight Isles DLC and Rear Group 12. So, I'm going to get up, church some legs, get some water, that kind of thing. And if you're here specifically for Rogue Trader, we're playing this on Thursdays and Sundays. And if you're not sure when exactly the stream starts, just scroll down to the video screen, click on the schedule button, and it'll tell you starting times and that kind of fun stuff. That are, should be local time for you. So anyway, be back shortly. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the Dong video.